Welcome to Mystic Dragonfly Garden. It has been a busy couple of weeks, and honestly, trying to get videos out has been challenging because there's only so much time in the day on the weekend when you work the 9 to 5, 40-hour a week job. So, excuse me, I got a frog in my throat. It has been a challenge this time of the year to get videos out. So I am here today, and I wanted to share with you my shipment from Bluestone Perennials. Now, when you order from Bluestone Perennials, they come packaged in boxes with the labels, of course, their label on the box, and then signs that say this side up, and UPS. They're delivered by UPS, which I am thankful that UPS could follow directions and kept these boxes upright upon delivery. Now I did have to open them already because we were actually out of town for the weekend, and I had to have my dad come and open them up to let them have some air and water them when they arrived. But when they arrive, they are packaged in these cardboard dividers, and to get them out, it's kind of hard to do with one hand, but you just pull out the divider, and this is a divider of 3, and all of them are in divisions of 3. And had I been smart, I would have thought about this box being empty, and I could have ordered 3 more plants and paid just as much shipping as I would have for these 3. Actually, there's only 2 in this box. So when you do order from them, to get the most out of shipping, because so many plants are, it's the same price for shipping for plants that are in numbers of 3. So it would have been smart of me to have ordered in sets of 3 rather than the number I ordered. And then I had this whole box that could have been filled with plants, but it was filled with fillers. They come in these cardboard dividers, and then you just open them up to get the plants out. And they had this one guy turned on his side because he was so long, but normally they would be packaged. Normally they would be packaged in sets of 3, and they come in these biodegradable pots. So you do have to get them planted ASAP, or get them in a pot ASAP when you order from Bluestone Perennials. So let's just see what I have that I am adding to my garden. At the end of the season, Bluestone has a 50% off sale. Actually, they have several sales throughout the year. Bluestone is a mail order plant company. They also have a physical location. They are located in Madison, Ohio. That'll be on my wish list. I would love to go visit the physical location at some point. But they often have sales, and one of their sales that I like to take advantage of is their 50/50 Fridays. So they'll have a selection of plants that are 50% off available every Friday. They do that for a certain period of time. And then they have the end of the season sale where they put a lot of perennials on sale at 50% off. So that is what I took advantage of with this order, was when their end of season sale started. And I know last year I looked and I didn't order in time, and I missed a lot of the echinaceas, which this order is a lot of echinaceas and a lot of coral bells. So let's look at what I am adding to Mystic Dragonfly Garden. Oh, I have this perennial verbena. This is apple blossom perennial verbena. It gets to be 14 inches tall, about 20 inches wide, and I have been successful. Homestead verbena, I have that in purple. I just added the pink homestead verbena to my garden this year, and this was another variety. See if you can see the color. It's a light pink and dark pink variegated. It very much reminds me of the pink cashmere verbena by Proven Winners, which that one is, well, I'll leave it in the ground, but it is not considered perennial for us. But this one is hardy down to zone 7, so if I get it in the ground, which I have noticed that verbena for me does better in the ground. It loves water, and I find it very challenging to keep it hydrated enough in pots. I have been using verbena in the ground, and I do have it in a large pot, which I have been successful with, but in general, I prefer verbena in the ground. I'm still not really getting a great picture on that, but so apple blossom verbena. I have also ordered this Chinese wild ginger. Isn't that a pretty leaf structure? So this is shade to full shade. It'll have purple flowers in the spring, which will hide underneath the foliage. And this gets to be 6 to 8 inches tall, 10 to 16 inches apart. I do have another wild ginger in my garden. I'm not sure of the variety, but I think I just really liked this leaf structure. That's just really unique. I really like the variegated foliage on plants. So this is Asarum splendens, a Chinese wild ginger. This is now you can see how they package them in threes, so a little bit better than my attempt at showing you earlier. So you just open them up. There's one side, and then there's the other. And then you have the three plants. That were in their little dividers in their plantable pots. Just like that. So here we have, this is gold zebra. You can see it's going to be a light green foliage with this purple variegation in it. It says explosion of golden color in the shade. It has a white flower, blooms late spring. This is a full shade heucherella actually. 8 inches high, 15 inches wide. Gold zebra. And here we have, oh, this is a mum. This is French vanilla, and this will have it says it's a football mum with white creamy flowers in the fall. 36 inches tall. Oh my goodness. Mums get to be huge if you plant them in the ground. Of course, you can buy them really huge ones in a pot as well. But this is wow, 36 inches tall, 16 inches apart. And here we have another, this is a heuchera. And this is Shanghai. It's got silver purple foliage, white flower. And this is a beautiful heuchera. This one is full sun. Oh wow, this one can take full sun to half shade. I know where I'm going to put this. I used plum dandy, which I love that annual, in this pot down there in Sunset Whisper Grove. And I was thinking it would be really nice to have a perennial plant that same color. So I think this guy is going to be the one that goes into that pot. Perfect. Alrighty, next bundle. Echinaceas are one of my favorite flowers, and I have been trying to increase my collection of echinaceas, and they were on sale with this end of season sales, and I grabbed them up quick enough this year to add several to my garden. These are some nice looking plants. So this one is super bum real charmer. This is a frilly cream to lemon yellow colored flower with golden centers. Super bum real charmer. That's such a funny name. All right, and here we have Echinacea Puff Vanilla. That other one was actually a Shasta daisy. This one is actually an Echinacea. White draping petals surround puffs of ivory accented with yellow. Obviously these aren't in bloom yet, but I'm excited about that one. And then this one, we have Echinacea Butterfly Kisses. This will be a pink flower with a darker raspberry pink pom-pom. I like those really unique shaped echinaceas. I have several that are the daisy-like flower, but I really like these unique ones. So Butterfly Kisses. Here we have a few more coral bells. And let's see what varieties these are. This is another heuchera Autumn Leaves. This has color foliage changes with the seasons. Oh, that's fun. White flowers in early summer. This is half shade to mostly shade. So right now it is this red color, and I guess we will find out what those color changes are as the season progresses. I know for us, I do have some dry areas in my garden, but heucheras like to be on the dry side, so they actually do a lot better in pots for us. I do have a few in the ground in areas that I know really tend to be dry, and so far they are doing okay. Oh, this is not a heuchera. This is a geranium spessart. Aromatic ground cover. Ooh. It smells like, I don't know what that smells like. It is fragrant though. I'm not sure how to describe that. Aromatic ground cover, fonts white flowers with a hint of pink in late spring. I have several perennial geraniums that are purple varieties, and so this one, white with a hint of pink. This gets to be 15 to 18 inches tall at 18 inches wide. And I've also learned that perennial geraniums like it a bit dry too. I have I think it's called Ghost, and I have it planted in a garden bed that is a little more on the moist side, and I need to move it because it's on the struggle bus. Before before it dies. But these tend to like it a little more dry as well. All right, and here is another heucherella. This one is called Copper King, and this has white flowers with airy red stems in late spring, and it's got this interesting colored foliage. It's kind of copper colored underneath, and then on the top it's got this amber color with the red veining. That one is really pretty. This is half shade to full shade. Here we have another heuchera. This is cinnamon stick. This is going to have white flowers with pink buds. It is a full sun to half shade plant and 10 to 12 inches tall, 14 to 16 inches wide. Now you have heucheras, you have heucherellas, and then you have tiarellas. And heucheras are commonly known as a coral bell, and they have the real dainty, petite little flowering stalks. And then you have tiarellas, which have more of a like a thicker flowering stalk. And then a tiarella is, a heucherella is a combination of the coral bell and the tiarella. So you have the foliage, the pretty foliage of the coral bells with a heucherella, but then you have the flower stalks, the more thicker, foamy flower stalks of the tiarella. So that is the difference with those plants. Coral bells, you can have full shade to part shade varieties. You can have some varieties that do tolerate full sun to part sun. The tiarellas generally prefer shade, and then the heucherellas also generally prefer shade. They all like well-draining soil, preferably something that stays on the drier side. They are, for us, semi-evergreen, so they get really full in the summer. They do stay fairly full through the winter. Come January, February, they kind of look a little sad. To care for them, about February or so, you cut off all the dead foliage. They love fertilizer. Fertilize them really well, and then they flush back out come spring and summer. Now, in some locations, I do know they act as perennials that completely die back, and then they come back. For us in Zone 7B, they do stay a little bit green, but you kind of get fearful that they're dying about February, but they're not. They're just at the latest stage of possibly going completely dormant, and they do flush back out. Definitely, though, love fertilizer. All right, so there goes cinnamon stick. I'm going to have to find a place for that with my Christmas flowers. Okay, what is this? This guy's a little guy. This is a Tricertus empress, a toad lily. So this is going to have a star-shaped white flower, heavy spotted with deep wine, purple coloring, late summer to mid-fall, half shade to full shade. So this is a toad lily. This is the first toad lily I have had. So this will be fun to see how this performs. 26 inches tall, plant 20 to 24 inches apart. So this guy is going to get pretty big. And here we have another heuchera. This is sugarberry. So this is another dark, heavily silvered. So you can kind of see that in that leaf structure. It's really, really pretty. Heavily silvered, dark veined, berry violet foliage, pink flowers, 6 inches in height, 10 inches wide. So I have sugarberry and cinnamon stick. That definitely sounds like something that needs to go in my, maybe my Hallmark Christmas corner. Or sometimes I have plants, I have collections of plants. I can't always put them in the same place because of their sun needs or water needs, but I'll have a collection, a Christmas collection. So hopefully these will go up there in that Christmas corner. Looks like we have more echinaceas here. This is ooh, Echinacea watermelon sugar. This is going to be a magenta pink double flower, about 22 inches tall, 20 to 24 inches. What did I just say? 22 to 26 inches tall, 20 to 24 inches wide. Full sun to partial shade. This one's about to bloom. This is Echinacea Prima Ginger, golden tangerine flowers. Summer into fall that age to a soft pink. Now that's going to be fun. Full sun to partial shade, 12 to 16 inches tall, 16 inches wide. That one's going to be fun. And we have this is a Siberian iris. It is going to have copper cinnamon red hues with bright yellow signals. Ooh, pretty. Full sun to half shade, 20 inches tall, 18 to 24 inches apart. And right now we just have some green foliage. We've got, let's see, 9 more plants, more echinaceas here. I really went crazy on the echinaceas. I think they're such a fun, long-lasting bloomer in so many different fun colors. Echinacea Rainbow Marcella. Ooh, this is one I've wanted for a while. Muted sunset orange and pink tones with draping petals, blooms summer to early fall, full sun to partial shade, 15 to 18 inches tall, plant 18 inches apart. Rainbow Marcella. And here we have Echinacea Magnus, extra large pink flowers. This one works well as a cut flower. Gets to be 3 feet tall. Oh my goodness. Plant 16 inches apart. This is a big guy. And here we have Echinacea Prairie Splendor. This is going to have bright rose pink flowers that bloom an extra long time. Summer into fall, 24 inches tall. Another big one, 18 inches apart. This is a more silver foliaged, it says mirror silver leaves than that other one that I have. Half shade to full shade, and this has clouds of sky blue flowers. This is Brennera Alexandria. So I'm excited to add this to the garden with this silver foliage. Here we have Echinacea Revelation Coral. This is going to be 30 inches tall and 30 inches wide. Really, really excited about all of these echinaceas. And one more. We have here an actual tiarella. This is one of those times I ordered this just for the name. This is called Angel Wings, so I am adding this to my collection of divine flowers. This has upright spires of pink buds, which will open to fluffy white flowers in the spring and again in the fall. Partial to full shade, 10 inches tall, plant 12 inches apart. Tiarella angel wings. Tiarellas are also known as foam flowers. Ooh. Now I had to order this one again. I absolutely love this flower. This is Rudbeckia Prairie Sun. It should be perennial for us, but I have really struggled with keeping Rudbeckias as perennials. I think the voles just think they're winter candy and they just gobble them up. This has orange petals that wash to yellow at the tips, summer into fall. They are full sun, 30 to 36 inches tall, plant 12 inches apart. Now I did plant, let's see, what did I get this year? I picked up, it wasn't the Denver daisy, it was, the names left me, another flower which really looked like Rudbeckia Prairie Sun. And I planted those in the Vole King baskets. Vole King is a company out of, I think it's Raleigh, North Carolina. It is local to North Carolina, I'm pretty sure, but they make mesh products to plant your plants in to protect them from voles. It also protects them from slugs. And so I planted those other three in those Vole King baskets, and I'm going to plant this one in a Vole King basket, and then maybe I'll have success as this coming back as a perennial, as it should in our zone. I fell in love with this flower at Dollywood. They used it in mass, not this season, but last year, and that is how I discovered Rudbeckia Prairie Sun. And one last plant. This is a Dicentra Valentine. So this is a bleeding heart, perennial bleeding heart. This will have bright red with white tip blooms. Early spring, gets to be 30 inches tall, and you plant it 30 inches apart. I do believe this is a proven winter plant. The tags from Bluestone Perennials don't necessarily indicate whether or not they are proven winners, but it does say propagation prohibited. So I know when it's a branded plant like that, that it will have that information on it. I do have a perennial. I'm not sure what variety. I think it was gifted to me. Bleeding heart. It is a tiny little thing and has not bloomed. It's over here. It's over here. I keep looking over here because it's over there. It has come back every year, but it is a tiny thing. I think it's just competing, being under this tree, and I don't know. Eventually, at some point, it might turn into something. Bleeding hearts emerge early spring, bloom early spring, but then they're kind of like Jacob's ladders for us. They die back as the heat and the humidity hit, and it's easy to think that, oh no, I've lost it. It's dying, but they just go dormant early. Jacob's ladder does that for me. Bleeding hearts do that for me, and rhubarb does that for me. So I'm happy to get this in the ground as well. Oh, let me put the tag back in before I forget which one that is. All right, so thank you for joining me in my unboxing of my shipment from Bluestone Perennials. Go ahead and check them out. I have ordered multiple times from them. The other thing that is really nice about Bluestone Perennials is they do have a year guarantee on their plants. And so if one doesn't make it, you simply email them back, let them know, and they will replace it. I've got a lot of work to do. I've got to get these plants in the ground, in their pots, because there's no waiting around from Bluestone Perennials because of their plantable pots. As always, for the love of dirt, get outside, enjoy what nature has to offer. If you have not subscribed, hit subscribe, hit that like button, and share this with a friend who loves gardening as well. Until next time.